Morning, everybody. I am trying a new time to go live. Um, so yeah, I would rather go live in the morning. So I'm thinking I'm going to start moving my live time to the morning. Is this working? Okay, just making sure. So I'm Tanya Milano, parent coach, and I am here to support you mamas with your big emotions, papas too. If you are looking for support, we are going to break that generational stress response, starting with ourselves so that we can raise really resilient children that show up present and change the world. So we're being the change we wish to see in our kids. That's what we're doing. Today I wanted to talk about focusing on your feet so that you can feel more rested. Um, so a big part of mindfulness and yoga is the attention to your feet. And in my Facebook group, there's a 90-day challenge. Let me put that up here. If you're not in my Facebook group, make sure to jump in. If you're watching on YouTube, this is my Facebook group, Reactive to Relaxed Self-Care Without the Mama Guilt. All kinds of self-regulation tools, mindfulness activities, and challenges in there. This 90-day challenge, we have a whole week focused on feet and why it's important to really focus on feet. And the 90-day challenges, all these little 5-minute activities that you can do throughout your day that bring you back into your body awareness, back into embodiment, back into self-regulation, and so you can show up more present and less reactive in your relationships. So if you're not in my group, jump in my group. This month is also self-love month, self-compassion month. So I will be having a 5-day challenge called Listen to Your Heart. There is a self-love yoga class this month. And we are going to be doing a book study of Atlas of the Heart. So make sure to get in my Facebook group so you get all of that stuff. If you're watching later, this is all going to be there in the guide section, so you can join anytime and find the challenges in the guide section. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, when you set up time for yourself, and for me, this took years to realize what I needed as a mom to be able to take care of myself so that I can be there for everybody in my life. And my morning routine is a huge part of it. Getting up, doing the things I need to do that fill my cup, that make me feel grounded and rested, it helps me for the rest of the day. So a really strong morning routine is important to me. And part of that is coming into my feet. And it's a kind of a weird topic, but yoga, barefoot, and walking outside. Even though I'm not always barefoot, walking outside gives me that attention towards that grounded feeling, focusing on either the sound of my feet on the ground or the feel of my feet on the ground. Really, really sets me up for, ooh, I'm in my body. I'm ready to take on the rest of my day. And let's see. Something that I read this year that's really, really stood out to me is the book Burnout. Completing the Stress Cycle. I can never remember the name of it. It's the Nagoski sisters. And if you haven't read the book and you're really finding yourself in a high state of stress, or you're even close to burnout, which I've been there before. And it's a complete state of overwhelm. You just don't even know who you are anymore or what you need anymore. This book is so crucial because what stood out to me, what they say here, we are a society that looks at rest, looks down on rest. So our culture, we're from an early age, rest is put at the end. It's not a priority. What the book is saying and what I've been changing in my life is that rest comes first. Now, rest doesn't mean like laying down, right? Rest to me is taking a walk. Rest to me is doing my yoga practice. It's completing the stress response, the stress cycle in your body. So, this needs to happen throughout the day. The book says that we need 10 hours of rest a day. Now, that includes sleep. In order to survive as mammals, humans, we need 10 hours a day of rest. Now, sleep, of course, is a huge part of that. So if you're not getting enough sleep, figure out what you need to do that. I can help you with that too if you want to reach out about sleep. So sleep is part of that 10 hours. So let's say you sleep 7 hours a night, which is a good idea. If you're not getting 7 hours of sleep, better figure out how to do it. That means 3 hours of your day need to be devoted to rest, to completing your stress cycle. So that could mean laughter. That could mean exercise. That could mean just watching TV. It doesn't mean checking out completely. So if you're watching TV, scrolling your phone, doing social media, all that stuff, and you're just completely checked out, that isn't really completing your stress cycle because you're not present with what your body needs. Does that make sense? So I want to, before I get off here, I want to make this clear that when we deprive ourselves of our own basic needs, so moms, this is for you, under the misguided apprehension that that's how we should show our commitment to an issue, to getting things done, to the family, whatever it is, to your job, or the people you love, that's when you burn out. And then we drop out of the important things in our life. Okay? So when you're not committed to taking the time to rest, to do the things you love to do, you're continuing this cycle of stress. And eventually, you will no longer be present to the people that matter the most to you. And how does this relate to our kids? Okay. I make rest a priority in our family. I don't overschedule us. I make sure that during our week that my kids have hours after school to complete their stress cycle, right? Either an extracurricular can do this too, like dance. My daughter does dance. My son does wrestling. That gets out some of their stress. But also, what do your kids actually need? Each of them is different. Taylor comes home and she wants nothing to do with anybody. She wants to be alone. She wants to watch videos. She likes to be left alone. That's part of what she needs to rest. So I make sure that we have that. And on the weekends too. We're a family that likes downtime. Maybe you're a family that needs a lot of activity. So understanding each person in your family is really, really important to each of their own rest and completing their stress cycle. Back to the feet for a moment. Getting your kids barefoot and outside is really, really important. It develops all kinds of things for them. and it actually affects brain development. So before I get off of here, I want to make sure I talk about Om in the Home Revolution. It's my parenting um, community. It's where we connect as moms. We talk about these important issues, and also we get together for self care. It's a community where we put um, our needs ahead of the family, because if you're not committing to yourself, you're not committing to your family. So, if you're interested in joining this community, it's a community where once you're in for life. And we meet weekly. We talk about issues that are important to us. We take care of ourselves so that we can show up for our kids. And it's a really fun place to be. So, message me, founding member. We can talk about what it means to get in. This is my launch price. So it is 90% off right now. It's it's worth over $3,000 because of all the material that's in there. This is 10 years of stuff that I committed to as a parent. It's all in there. So if you want to take 10 years off of your life trying to figure out how to be the best parent, this is the program for you. So message me. We'll see if it's the right fit for you, and you can decide if you're in or out. And yeah, that's all I have to say for right now. So figure out how you're going to plan some rest into your day and into your week. And I will see you next time. Mornings, and I haven't figured out the time yet, but I'll see you next time I go live.